Hello Leo, my name is Agatha and this is your tarot forecast for the month of July 2017. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. This month is going to be an interactive reading. You could pick 1, 2 or 3, or you can pick the sun, number 1, if you have the sun in Leo. If you have the moon in Leo, you can pick number 2. If you have the rising sign in Leo, you can pick number 3. It's totally up to you. I'm going to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which I got a few days ago, and for a animal spirits advice, I'm going to use the animal spirits knowledge cards. And we're going to start with this one, with the animal spirits. What are the qualities that you should incorporate during July 2017, Leo? What are the animal qualities that you should incorporate, animal spirit qualities? Pick A or B. A or B. If you picked? Okay, if you picked A, the card that came out for you was Totem. It's not exactly a animal. And the symbology is guardianship. So, although I'm going to read from behind, although the word totem derives from the Algonquian word totem, meaning my kin, the concept of animal totem is universal in Native American culture and other cultures around the globe. Animals are the guardian or tutelary spirits, and each person and group has an animal totem. Individuals inherit totems at birth, acquire them through marriage or by membership in a clan, or learn of their watchful presence while in trance. So this is interesting. What I got is like, think of all the animals that you had throughout your life, even the ones that you didn't have, that were not your pets. Maybe a neighbor's pet, like a neighbor's pet that you liked, that used to play with you. Think of all the animals that you had, and all the animals that belong to your family. Think of all of them as your guardian spirits. And so maybe the advice would be, think of those animals. Think of those animals and give them value, acknowledge them, study them, research them. All the animals connected with you and with your family. Okay? So, Leo, if you picked option B, the card that came out for you was Swan. Look. Beautiful. And the symbology is transformation, loss of innocence, and beauty. This painting by Susan, the artist is Susan Seddon-Boulet. This painting of a swan maiden represents a common motif found in the mythologies and folk tales of many cultures. And the story varies from place to place. The basic plot is a young man finds a feathered robe or skin of a swan maiden, a goddess-like creature, which she has temporarily shed to assume a human form. Although the youth attempts to hide the feathers from the maiden, which allows him to possess her, the swan finds its feathers, assumes its animal form, and leaves the young man. The lost swan thus symbolizes the departure of youthful innocence and the passage to maturity. In some versions of the story, the swan dies. So there's like, you're growing up. It doesn't matter how old you are, but this is the month, July 2017, Leo, that you realize that I don't want to say lost your innocence, but lost a few naive illusions, or realized that you've grown up, you've grown older. There's like a sense of maturity, of being a bit more wise, I would say. Also, don't allow anyone to possess you, okay? Now, I'm going to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and this is a very new deck for me, so I'm going to refer to it throughout this reading. Forgive me for that, okay? Because I don't know this by heart, and this is a different system from ordinary tarot decks. And these are different major arcana cards, and even the minors have different meanings. So I'm going to read from the book. Don't sue me, okay? I'm going to pick the first option first option or option 1, or if you have the Sun in Leo, how will the month of July be for you? Wow. You got 4 cards. It's going to be beginning, middle, and end of the month, 3 cards. But for you, for some reason, you got 4 cards. So in the beginning, I think this is the 10. I don't know the symbol. You see, I have to refer to it because I don't know this by heart. That's the 10 of Earth. Ooh, 10 of Earth. Like usually it's an abundance card. Now in the middle, you have the Senescal, which is in traditional decks the Page of Earth. Yeah, the Senescal, the Page of Earth or the Page of Pentacles. And then you have also the Sage, which is a Major Arcana card. And at the end of the month, you have the Queen of Air, which is the Queen of Swords. So I'm going to read from the book because, again, these are different meanings. The 10 of Earth, 170, Sage. Now, this could play out beginning, middle, and end of the month, or this could be like one soul energy connecting in unity, no matter throughout July or in the beginning of July or the end of July. It depends, okay? So the 10 of Earth, the keywords are synthesis, harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace, authenticity, grace, and look within. The key phrases are a time of reward, so you might get some sort of reward, even money-wise. Everything is coming together, so you get the reward. Now, the word reward might not be money, might be, for instance, a promotion or any other type of thing. Move through life with surety, understand your place and purpose, do not be daunted by change, strength, gain from experience. I'm going to read this. There's like a few key phrases which are negative. I'm not going to read this is negative. So it's the meaning is the 10 of Earth or 10 of Pentacles symbolizes all aspects of life. They are coming together as a whole: career, home, and family. Okay, everything in harmony. So years of dedicated service to family, career, and community have reaped the highest rewards: the love, the respect, and trust of family and peers. So this is in the beginning of the energy, and then after that you have in the middle of the month, or not necessarily in the middle of the month, you have the Senescal with the Sage. So the Senescal, the keywords are servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, and loyal. To me, it's like you're being rewarded because you are trustworthy and loyal. You give service to a higher purpose. You are loyalty. You have loyalty towards the authority figures in your life. You like to follow rules and regulations, and you are very orderly, Leo. So you do the work. You do not shy away from duties. You are respected because of this by others. So there's like a few other words, but I'm going to read this as such. And then with, I would say, clarifying the Senescal, there's the Sage. The Sage, which is a Major Arcana card here. And in the dreams of Gaia Tarot, the Major Arcana cards are different. They are different, and they're not. For instance, this is the number 7. The number 7, usually it's the Chariot, but no. So the keywords are sharing, communication, knowledge, information, culture, tradition, advice. And the key phrases is be the storyteller. So this has nothing to do with the Chariot, even if it has like the number 7. Be the storyteller, communicate your thoughts and feelings. Know your audience, devote time to research and investigation. And the Senescal is like a hardworking person who follows the rules, and you're being rewarded because you follow the rules for a very long time. You were of service for a very long time, and you've researched and investigated something for a very long time. You might be an investigator in university, for instance, and after years and years and years of investigation, there's like a big breakthrough, and I hope that happens. Learn from traditions and customs of others, so you follow the rules. And there's no necessity for you to draw color outside the lines. To you, reward comes by following the traditions and the rules and putting in the work year after year after year. So, yeah, you might be older, getting a reward for something, and then at the end of the month you have the Queen of Air, which is the Queen of Swords, and she is, how is she? 226. The Queen of Swords, the key phrases, the key words is weaver. Again, it brings me back to this notion of investigator. Maybe you are in the field of science. Weaver, like weaving this theory with that theory, this part of knowledge with that knowledge, like weaving it, different parts of different things into one work, great work of great importance. Observant, wise, truthful, analytical, strategist, just, and detachment. If you are an investigator, you do the work, you put in the work for years and years and years, like one foot in front of the other. You analyze everything in a very analytical sort of way, and you do not put your emotions and your in the way you think things should be into the work. So in that regard, you are very detached. You are a true scientist because you look at the data, you look at the facts. So the key phrases is time to be realistic, plan, organize, determine your course of action, be decisive and precise, stick to the facts. Because you behave like this for years and years and years, you're getting the just reward now. I don't know what's going to happen, but you put a lot of work during many years in your field of work, whatever it is. I'm thinking some of you who are watching this video might be scientists, and you're going to get your just rewards. Congratulations if that's the case. Okay? Now let's go to the next sign, Leo, the next option. So option 2, if you pick the option 2, or if you have the moon in Leo, how will the month of July be for you? Now I'm going to refer to the book because I just got this deck. And this deck is different from the traditional tarot decks that are based in wider weight. This is completely different, okay? Even the minor arcana, the major arcana cards are different, completely different. And even the minor arcana sometimes doesn't necessarily have the same type of meaning, okay? So the cards that came out for you were the Two of Water, which is the Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card, and look at them intertwined with each other. In the middle of the month, you have the Five of Water, or the Five of Cups, and then at the end of the month, you have the Queen of Water. Oh my God, this is just water, okay? Sorry. So the Two of Water, essentially stiff. Sorry. So it's a very emotional type of month for you, and a very emotional month for you. And this might play out beginning, middle, and end of the month, or it might play out as a unified energy, and it could, manifest itself throughout July. So it's like some of you might find your soulmate, and you might have the feeling that you're gonna lose him or her, or you're worried somehow, but at the end of the month There's like this feeling of emotional maturity and knowing how to deal with this soulmate type of energy. This is how I read these cards. So like some of you might be getting a soulmate, and some of you might be staying with this soulmate. Others might be losing it, him or her. But overall, you'll grow. You'll learn how to love better and more. So I think it's more like you're worried that you're going to lose this person, but probably you're not. I'm going to read from the book. So the Two of Water, or the Two of Cups, the key words are intimacy, closeness, trust, commitment, reconciliation, equality, union, codependency, and taking sides. So the key phrases are going beyond infatuation. Yeah, this is not infatuation, this is true love. And attraction, intimacy, sharing, giving, and communication. Time to forgive and seek reconciliation. A meeting of mind and hearts. Putting aside judgment and blame. Cherish all of your loves. Okay, the Two of Water represents a relationship that has moved beyond infatuation and physical attraction to one that is built upon a foundation of deeper mutual love, respect, trust, or shared interest in values. It symbolizes a meeting of the mind and the heart that is free of the desire to possess and control. This is how you feel. I don't know if you met this person, going to meet this person like in the beginning of the month, or if you've known him or her for a very long time, you understand that, and suddenly you have this understanding that this is how you feel with him or her. In the middle of the month, or at the same time, you have the Five of Water. And the key words are loss, betrayal, fear, doubt, hopelessness, isolation, self-pity, and blame. Okay, so the key phrases is feeling alone and isolated without hope, consumed by fears and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed, mourning and loss, and playing the victim. The meaning is the Five of Water represents feelings of fear, doubt, and hopelessness that can cloud our minds and hearts and give rise to confusion, misunderstanding, and anger. These emotions are often born of our pain and insecurities and can cloud our ability to see the love that surrounds us. So it's like, this is so good, this is so great, that it's too good to be true, and you're feeling, suddenly you feel you are filled with doubts and insecurities and fear, and you don't trust your mind and you don't trust your heart. It could be that, one way of viewing it. The other way is that you're feeling like loss, you're feeling like betrayed because you feel that you've lost your soulmate. Some of you could be that. And then the Queen at the end of the month, the Queen of the Water, which is number 13 in this deck, the queens are always number 13. So the key words is loving, compassionate, empathic, sensitive, vulnerable, romantic, intuitive, emotional, honesty. It ends well, okay? So the key phrases is trust in your feelings and senses, look beyond the surface, a bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Be the embodiment of love and use your common sense. So the Queen of Water symbolizes a gentle, empathetic soul who possesses a keen sense of intuition. She is loving, compassionate, and always kind. She knows when something is wrong, when a friend is hurting, and when someone needs comfort or console. I'm thinking that you found someone, this is too good to be true, you feel with fear, but then almost naturally you come to your senses and you realize this is true love, and you just decide to trust your intuition, to trust your soul, let's say, trust in your feelings, and be also very honest about how you feel. You might be talking to the other person and tell him or her, I'm feeling this way, and this will, in showing your vulnerability, will help you. This is I don't see bad things here, honestly. There's like a moment of fear, but then everything will come together And just love. This is just love. Some of you might be finding your soulmate during this month of July 2017, Leo, or might be realizing that you are with your soulmate. So it's a good month in terms of love, I would say. Now, moving on to the next option, which is option 3, or if you have the rising sign in Leo, how will the month of July will be for you? You got the 7 of water, and then I think this is the 6 of air, if I'm not mistaken, and then you have the 10 of fire. Now, this could be beginning, middle, or end of the month, or this can function as a unit and as a single energy. So I'm going to refer to the book because I just got this deck and the meanings are different. So the 6 of water, Lechet Nov, 279, and this is a great, fantastic book. Okay, so the 6 of water, Leo. The key words are kindness, concern, sympathy, compassion, understanding. I know, I'm sorry. No. It's not 6 of water, it's the 7 of water. Oh. So the key words are knowing, trust, faith, surrender control, release, peace, certainty in being passive. The key phrases is surrender to the flow of life, relinquish the need to control. All happens as it is meant to happen. The future will bring what you need, not what you want. Control is an illusion. Your influence in the future is limited. Be flexible. And a gentle and passive approach. The 7 of water, it's the 7 of cups in traditional decks, so it's a bit different. So the 7 of water represents letting go and surrendering to the flow of life, doing it so with complete trust and faith. Like whatever's happening, just trust in the process. Now this woman relinquishes control over all relationships and outcomes and believes that whatever unfolds in the future is what is meant to be. So now this woman knows that she has done everything that she can and she lays back to rest, allowing herself to flow to the next moment and task. So you won't be controlling anything or anyone. You're just letting things hold. You're just going with the flow. And in the middle of the month, you have the 10 of air, which is dunyazade, 216, page 216. Oui. Ah, 6 of air. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? 6 of air. It's like half black, half white, and there's like a rainbow. The key word is solutions. 6 of air is the 6 of swords. Comparisons, compromise, open-mindedness. Reflects the 7 of water, open-mindedness. Mindfulness, I would say meditate. To meditate during this month, July 2017, Leo, will help you relinquish control and just going with the flow. Illumination, epiphany, and personal power. The key phrases is like a time of research and investigation. Weigh the pros and cons. 6 of air. Be willing to compromise. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. Yes, it just reflects the meaning of the 7 of water. A moment of epiphany. You've suddenly realized that things will go better and flow better if you just relax and let things work out the way they're supposed to work out. So, the 6 of air represents a solution born of compromise that lies somewhere in between the black and white, either or choices that are so often seen as the only options available. Now is a good time to contemplate and compare a range of different options in order to discover the best solution for all in all. And I think you'll be able to reach a conclusion or choose better if you just relax. Relax and meditate, go with the flow in order for you to pick the better option. Okay? And then at the end of the month, again, this could work out as a single energy. You have the 10 of fire. Where is the 10 of fire? 253. 10 of fire, which is really cute, which is the 10 of wands in traditional decks, but let's see. You see a guy, not exactly a guy, the 7 chakras. It's really beautiful, this card. And the keywords is doing, self-mastery, mastery, evolution, enlightenment, light work, light being, and discipline. The key phrases are mastery of both craft and self. See, this is different. Take command of yourself in life. Take responsibility for your actions. Do not be a slave to outside forces. Order, structure, and simplicity. Be disciplined and dedicated. This is different from the other cards. Stop making excuses and act. You can do anything you set your mind to and act upon. The 10 of fire symbolizes mastery, not just a skill or a craft, but of oneself, master of self. It's like you can master yourself if you let go and relax. Letting go and relax will allow you to make better choices. By making better choices, you'll have like a path towards the mastery of self. It means understanding the tools of your craft and yielding them with skill, precision, and craftsmanship. It's about knowing yourself and using that knowledge and understanding to bring to you all that you need and desire with the same level of skill, precision, and craftsmanship. So, it's like you'll achieve self-mastery of self, but also in whatever work you do, if you just relax. In the beginning of the month, at least, try to relax, or throughout all the month, try to relax, because that will allow you to make better choices, and those better choices will allow you to master whatever skill you have, and at the same time master yourself. Okay? And that's it, Leo. This is the reading that I have for you for July 2017. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'll be delighted to work with you.